Hi folks, and welcome to episode 5. Today is January 5th, 2024, and today's video is going to be about curses. Okay, do you believe in curses? Okay, talking about demonic curses, demonic possession, that kind of stuff. Not sure if you believe in it or not, but we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about why I think there's a lot of warning signs and some of the warning signs to look out for if a person, or more importantly, if a child is demonically possessed. All right, so we're about to crack into it. But before I begin this episode, I want to give a quick, just a quick reminder to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I have all kinds of videos on all kinds of topics. Okay, every episode is way different than the last one. All right, so and these are audio only for right now, but hopefully they're kind of fun. Maybe you could listen to it while you do something else. So with that being said, guys, super appreciate all your support. Thank you for being part of the channel, being part of our Life Decoded community. Super appreciate it. Okay. So with that being said, let's begin episode 5. Demonic curses. Now, here's the thing. I think one of the biggest signs that a child is demonically possessed is the following. Okay? Is if a kid plays or has an infatuation with snakes, reptiles, or other predatory animals. Okay? I think this is a red flag, a warning sign that maybe not everything is okay. All right. So let's just take a step back real quick and realize that most kids are attracted to bunnies and rabbits and mice, like Mickey Mouse or Tom and Jerry. Okay. Most kids most kids resonate with the furry, cute animals. Right, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, okay, mice, bunny rabbits, little puppies, little cats, okay, kittens, okay. I think it's normal for a kid to want one of these pets, to play with these pets, to have an infatuation with these pets. All right. What doesn't seem normal to me is for a kid to resonate with a reptilian animal that preys on these animals. Okay? Like a snake, for example. Does a snake eat grass? Yes or no? No. What does a snake eat? A snake eats cute little animals. A snake devours mice, bunny rabbits, hamsters, gerbils. These are all things that a snake eats. So, wouldn't it be a pretty big red flag for a kid to not identify with the hamster, but to instead identify with the predatory animal that eats the hamster? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. If a kid is watching Tom and Jerry and he likes Tom more than Jerry, okay, doesn't that seem a little bit weird to you? That on the one hand, you have a cute little mouse, okay, that just wants to live a happy life, and on the other hand, you have a predatory, animal that's trying to kill the other one. And it resonates with the killer as opposed to the peaceful animal. All right? I know nobody has ever talked about this. I've never seen anybody talk about this. But I do think kids can be cursed. I do think kids can be born cursed. I think there is such a thing as generational curses. And a generational curse means that the old, the young, and the ones to come, those are all cursed. Okay, like bloodline curses. I mean, it's real, folks, in my opinion. Right? But some of the warning signs that your child might be demonic, and again, I don't think a child is demonic. I think a child is, able to be, it's like as human beings, we are tuning forks. And we can be tuned into good, righteous, peaceful things, or we can be tuned into, a selfish, kind of dark, violent things, right? And I think when a child is infatuated, okay, with predatory animals, I think it's a sign of bad things to come. They like a snake more than they like a hamster, right? They like a lion more than they like a cat, all right? They like spiders more than they like dogs. You know, something wrong with it, in my opinion. You know, they like venomous creatures more than they like peaceful creatures. And you don't see that as a warning sign? Really? You know, this is why the channel at this point in time is called Life Decoded. Because we're decoding and we're paying attention to the warning signs that most people just don't pick up on. Alright? So, how weird is it though? How weird is it for a little kid to like snakes and you know, want a snake more than they want a dog? To want a snake more than they want a kid. Alright? It's weird. It's weird. To want scorpions and snakes and spiders more than they want hamsters, kittens, and puppies. Something weird about that. In my opinion, it's not even weird, it's just demonic. They're tuned in to a demonic, evil, dark spirit. Doesn't mean the child is evil, it just means that there is a dark spirit that they're tuned into. And I'm not blaming the child. I'm not saying it's their fault. Alright? I'm really not saying it's their fault, because as a child, it probably isn't their fault. It's a bloodline curse, most likely. Okay? And it's probably the parent. And it may not even start with that parent. It may have started with, you know, the parent of that parent. Okay? But regardless of whose fault it is, the demon needs to come out. Okay? If your young child is playing with snakes and likes snakes and wants to own a snake, okay, take it as a red flag. Take it as the warning sign that it is. Okay? I'm serious, guys. They're like, you know, no child should like a predatory animal. Because the thing is with predatory animals, they all feed on the innocent. Like a lion, for example. The lion is killing and eating the gazelle. What did the gazelle do wrong? Nothing, folks. Okay? Lions, they kill and eat the innocent. Snakes, they kill and eat innocent rats and mice. Okay? Now, you could argue that nothing in nature is truly innocent, and to a certain extent, I do agree with that. But on the other hand, okay, for a child to disregard the innocence of the prey and be infatuated with the predator of the innocent, it's just a horrible sign. Okay, your child should not like predatory animals, in my humble opinion. Okay. Now it doesn't mean like it's one thing to like, you know. Oh, I don't know how to word this exactly. Like when I was young, I was terrified of sharks. Okay? I thought they were interesting, but I never wanted to own a shark. I never wanted to be around a shark. Okay? So it's one thing if your animal is like if your child is scared of these animals, it's actually a good sign. But if your child likes these animals, sees that animal in a positive light, wants to be like that animal, wants to own that animal, wants to see and touch those animals, I kind of see that as an issue. Okay, especially reptiles. Because a reptile, it can't do anything really except devour and consume. Okay? Like a salamander. A salamander goes around and eats eggs. Okay? Is that not evil? Alright? It's like, it doesn't even have a chance. It preys on the most innocent. Okay? It literally just goes around eating eggs. Okay? Snakes, they go around and they eat, you know, cute little mice. So, just in my opinion, guys, if you have a kid that likes reptiles, okay, not a good sign, honestly. All right, now let's move on to the next part of this video because, okay, let's just say you have a kid or you know someone who has a kid that does like reptiles. They do like snakes. What do we do about it? What can we do about it? Well, truthfully, I'm not 100% sure. That's why I want you to leave a comment if you have advice. Maybe you were a person that used to like snakes when you were young. How did you grow out of it? Did you grow out of it? Maybe you didn't grow out of it. Okay? But I would love to get your input on this. In my opinion, though, guys, it's all about teaching them good and evil. Okay? Because, you know, as a kid, especially in America, aka Babylon, all right, good is bad, bad is good. Okay? In America, we grow up thinking that, you know, the criminal is equal to the police officer. They're just doing different types of work. Well, I think it's so important to teach kids and teach everybody there is such a thing as evil in this world. And to teach people what evil truly looks like. All right? What an evil animal looks like. Okay? Like a deadly snake. Okay? Like a lion. You might say, Chris, why are you talking smack about lions? Lions are good. Lions are not good, guys. I'm sorry, but what makes you think a lion is good? A lion has an enormous ego. A lion, you know, it hunts. I mean, like, yeah, it needs to feed itself, but all the lion does is roam around, you know, have sexual time, right? And then just devour and eat stuff. But the lion has a whole bunch of pride. It's a predatory animal. Are predatory animals actually good animals? In my opinion, not really. All right? A good animal is one that eats leaves and grass. That's a good animal. A predator, it eats other animals. All right? So, to be honest with you, I don't idolize a lion. I don't think a lion is something a man should look up to. A lion should be looking up to a man, not a man looking up to a lion. But in today's insecure world, you have so many men getting lion tattoos, thinking they're a lion, pretending to be a lion. It's insecurity, it's ego, and quite honestly, it's a bad animal to be looking up to. All right. So basically, how do you break a demonic curse that lives within a child or even an adult? Well, I think it's so important to teach them right from wrong. Teach them what a bad person looks like. Okay? Teach them that everything is a sign of something else. Okay? You know, a gangbanger in California probably has tattoos all over their bodies. They probably have some kind of disrespectful type of, you know, attitude. They probably don't say please. They probably don't say thank you. All right? You know, and again, you might say, oh, Chris, it's stereotyping. Oh, it's, you know, you're generalizing. Well, yeah, folks. Yeah, no shit, dude. All right? Just like a snake. Like, yeah, just because it has fangs and scales doesn't mean it's a snake. It's like, yeah, but it probably is. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's okay to generalize. See, the devil never wants to be identified. The devil would say the same thing to you. The devil would say, yeah, just because I hold a pitchfork and I have a red tail and I got horns coming out of my head, it doesn't mean I'm demonic. It's like, no, it doesn't mean that, but it probably is. Okay? The devil never wants to be judged. Okay? That's why in America, the worst thing society tells you could do is judge somebody. But I would tell you, you need to judge harder. You need to judge even more. You need to judge everything that everybody is doing at all times. Okay? Now, you don't have to say anything. Okay? But for your own safety, in your own, and for your own, you know, health and happiness and whatever, you need to be judging everything that you see. Okay? It doesn't mean you talk about it. It just means you judge. If someone disrespects you, take note of that. Okay? if someone dresses like an evil demonic person, be aware of that. Okay? Because these are signs, guys. These are signs. A predatory animal, okay, or what I should say, a predatory animal has fangs. Okay? They have big, sharp teeth. But they say, no, Chris, you're not supposed to notice that. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I do notice that. Okay? A snake, all right, it's got a scary face. And it's got big fangs that drip venom. I'm not supposed to notice that? Well, Chris, just because the snake has fangs that drip venom doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It's like, no, but he probably is, though. I'm sorry, guys. You just need to pay attention to these signs. Okay? Predatory animals, they have claws and giant teeth and a mean look in their eye. You think a lion looks beautiful? I mean, they might look beautiful from a distance, but when a lion is staring you down, it's intimidating. They don't look peaceful and friendly. They got big claws and big teeth. They are predators. All right? Now contrast that with a giraffe. Does a giraffe have big teeth ready to bite your neck? No. Does a giraffe have big claws ready to tear you apart? No. See, a giraffe is a good person. Okay? That's why they look like that. Okay? Things that are evil and mean looking, okay? They have evil and mean behavior that goes with it. Alright? A giraffe is not going to look all cute and then act like an asshole. It's just not. Okay? Just like a mouse. A mouse, yeah, they got little claws and stuff, okay? And they can be kind of like little a-holes sometimes. But for the most part, guys, animals look like, most animals, their behavior matches their look. Does that make sense? Like sheep. Okay, is a sheep going to kill you and bite your neck and eat you while you're still alive? No. And it doesn't look like it would. Okay? Because it has hooves, guys. It has hooves and it doesn't have sharp teeth. Alright? So, it's just interesting to pay attention to the signs because, like, a kid should like peaceful, loving animals more than it likes predatory animals. Now, how to get them not to like it? I don't think you can. You can't change another person. As much as we may want to, folks, we can't change another person. But what we can do is educate them and bring them to, and tell them the truth about the Bible and the truth about Jesus and everything else. Okay? Jesus, they say, well, Jesus preached love. More than love, Jesus preached division. To turn away from sin. He didn't say, continue sinning, I'll love you anyway. Jesus said, I love you, and I want you to turn away from sin. But you can only turn away from sin if you know what sin is. And that's where the education comes into play. Alright? To teach people that some animals are bad. Some animals are dangerous. What does an evil animal look like? It looks like a snake. What does an evil animal look like? It looks like a scorpion. And if you read the Bible, it actually talks about having permission to walk amongst, or not walk amongst, but to trample upon snakes and scorpions. These are creatures that should be trampled upon, not loved and cared for, to be quite honest with you. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Jesus was a shepherd, not a snake wrangler. Okay? It's just important to realize that some people are evil. Okay? Predators are in every type of animal. I mean, like, people can be predators. They can also be prey. Alright? Same thing within the animal kingdom. A lion is a predator. It's evil. A gazelle is innocent. It's considered the prey. Alright? But same thing with these human beings, right? A person with tattoos all over their body a disrespectful attitude, okay, that carries a gun in the car, all right, that's a predator, okay? And the innocent woman walking down the street with her purse hanging out, that's considered prey, all right? And I'm not saying he's going to steal her purse, but he's the type of person that probably would, okay? Either him or someone that looks and acts and behaves like him, all right? And not to say that the old woman is the victim, but a person like her with her kind of behavior and looks is the type of person that would be the victim. Does this make sense, guys? But before he stole the purse, he looked like a thief. And before she became a victim, she looked like a victim. Okay? Looks are super important. Looks come before behavior. Okay? So, how do you break a kid out of demonic curse possession? I'm not really sure, but you need to at least expose the devil for what he is and tell him snakes, scorpions, venomous creatures, these are not children, these are not animals of God. These are serpent, predator animals, and they are evil. And nothing good will come from owning these animals. How many times have these weird snake people, these people that love to collect venomous, poisonous snakes, okay? And I know they're going to say, well, Chris, there's a difference between venom and poison. I get that, guys. But there's a lot of people that like these venomous creatures, and guess what? Sometimes the animals turn on them. All right? But it's like, but what I'm trying to say, guys, is nothing good is going to come from loving these creatures. Okay? What good is going to come from loving a scorpion or a snake? All right? These people have a demonic, negative, predator mindset. Okay, a lot of these weird snake people, all right, they like to feed live animals to these snakes. And even if they're not live, they were live at one point. But a lot of these people secretly get off on seeing these predator animals kill the innocent. They like that. It delights them in a sick, weird way. All right? So having snakes, being attracted to snakes, especially as a young kid, in my opinion, it's the number one sign of demonic possession, especially within a child. Okay? The child should be scared of a snake, not want to own the snake. Does that make sense, guys? And furthermore, I think women do tend to be better people than men for the most part. And if you notice it, how many women love snakes and reptiles? Some do, but for the most part, I think a lot of guys are attracted to these predator animals more than women. Okay? Especially like scorpions and snakes and stuff. I think men like it way more than women do. And I think there's a reason for that, because I think women are more spiritual. I think women understand this on a deeper, more instinctual level than men do. Okay? So I think a woman would care for a mouse or a rabbit or a bunny. Okay? I think women would take the side of the prey more than the predator. Whereas men, I think, are more likely to be the venomous snake people. I don't even know if I've ever heard of a woman being a venomous snake keeper, to be honest with you. So, guys, just to conclude this video, if your kid, or if you know of a kid that loves snakes, especially venomous snakes and venomous reptiles and venomous creatures, good sign that that kid is demonically possessed. Okay? And I don't really know what to do about it, but you need to recognize the truth, because you can't fight evil until you understand what evil is. And maybe try to educate that kid on what good and evil looks like. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else you can do. But if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.